Should the Prime Minister resign?
Okay, cheers.
quite, Nick, because it is entirely possible that even in the time he was talking to you, that things might have moved behind the black door here in Downing Street. You know, folk like me and you can occasionally, I think, be understandably labelled as being obsessed by the Westminster bubble, but it struck me that it was pushing that argument to its outer reaches of credibility from Mr Jones there to level that accusation this morning, when the central question being asked, yes, at the heart of the Westminster bubble, but I suspect a little further beyond it too, is who might be our Prime Minister within a couple of months or even within a couple of weeks, because that is the live question this morning, and it's the live question as Cabinet Ministers begin to gather the European thought. In fact, during your conversation, managed to get so close to the door of number 11, across the threshold itself. Rachel through her own front door and try and avoid too many shouted questions as she headed inside. There's plenty more, but the other Cabinet Ministers are either here pretty shortly. Thanks, love. Can you drop the line off the side? Who's back of the head? Oh, right. Well, I just said, yeah. And then rang the bell and then, and I was on the third. I just checked. But yeah. But then that's probably a detail we could have done that. Yeah, no, exactly. Hello, hi, good morning. Oh, well, crikey, that's the longest break I've had since a week after Wednesday. Yeah. Breakfast, yeah.
I'll have comms on and everything.
They're a bit crushed. Or there's croissants. Do you want to wait for a croissant or do you want a chocolate?
Hi Ralph, good morning. You did. did? Yes. And it's entirely possible we get some arrivals during this live and I will go into shout mode. Oh, you've got the separate live to the door, have you? Oh, it's at the gate. Oh, fine. Okay, cool. Henry, I'll do this breakfast set and then I'll spring out and use this back in. Cool. Tripping myself up, doing a bit of skipping, you know. What are you trying to do here?
We're trying to get the shade of that tree on you, but you have to be halfway down.
Yeah, no. It doesn't help with the sun, you can't really see yourself.
I get shot, yeah, over and over. That's, I know your game. Morning to you, mate. You okay?
Morning, Chris. How are you?
Yeah, good. You all right?
Yeah.
Good. Here we go again, eh?
Hard work. Any further on this side?
Yeah, sorry? Well, yeah, no, well, exactly straight into your shot, you know. I'll do them both.
You can never win with this. Probably just this one to say that I'll get out of the way of this.
Thank you, that's very kind, thank you.
I got this one later.
Only question is, if you look at my last side of it,
Can I close?
Yeah, just bring the microphone with you.
I'm just trying to see them and all of that. And just step forward maybe when Catherine's done a live thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You've got no complaints. I'm working too.
Yeah. Hello Judy, how are you? Yes, arrivals and departures. Yes. Okay. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, well, yesterday was absolutely freezing. It was wet, cold, horrible.
Excuse me.
Is it a good sign or a bad sign?
Catherine's very skilled.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable, likely trail ahead to the meeting that is forthcoming. I'm looking marginally distracted. Arriving for a general shout in their direction as they pause and take a step back. Theresa May, that was 6 years ago. This we had cycled Boris Johnson and Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak did lose the general election. Perhaps more conventional way for a Prime Minister to be toppled. And now Keir Starmer is on the brink. And what does that say about the reality is that here is and where those who have these are on the doorstep, and in the end, that's how democracy works, isn't it? The views of voters channel into this postcode, and MPs react to that, and that's what we're seeing playing out today. With that meeting getting underway relatively shortly, and the Prime Minister's teacher hanging in the balance. Question, John. Just as you asked that question, I recall not that many years ago, you and I standing in this very street day that Boris Johnson made the party. Of course, the president not that long ago. Now, in terms of the has been good fight in recent hours, days, and it is his view that the party toppling and then potential for a new phase is massively destabilising and a highly great international and domestic networks, and without known outcomes.
Is that okay if they are gonna write like me know?
All in a group.
Yeah, it's like no, it's even worse because they don't write in group because they are writing the card, but it's one after the other, so you don't have even time to come back fast.
Followed by cabinet ministers saying privately that also is time leads us to this point. And this point, John, just to emphasise the absurdity of where we find ourselves this morning. When you walk through Westminster, down the road at Parliament, the roads are closed, the barriers are closed, the streets are being slammed. Why? Tomorrow, the state opening when the sovereign arrives in Parliament and reads out the government's list of planned legislation for the year ahead. My government. And yet, right now, the Prime Minister at the head of the government can't be certain of his future.
Because there's some so powerful right now that if they are doing lives, it's like half on safe.
That is extraordinary. What that says about the functionality of government. Can it continue to function during any period between now and potentially a new office? There will be an argument. There is an argument for the perhaps about how long any contest should be, given that backdrop. You have those who are keen on those treating for the Secretary to be the next Prime Minister saying, get on with it, and you have those who are supporting the Prime Minister that know the Great Manchester is not an enemy, so can't do it.
Yeah, of course. That was the best idea.
Effectively saying, give it some time.
People is like, they think that they are alone, right? Like, people...
Both of those things are saying,
Oh, I can't carry something.
timeline, but there is also that about the backdrop internationally, the reaction of the market.
That's right.
But then also a political argument raging on my phone and elsewhere this morning within the Labour Party about what is happening right now. Some people are deeply upset by the implosion of the others would be more
Should the Prime Minister resign, Mr. Lammy? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Will you ask him to step down, Mr. Lammy? Has the Prime Minister lost the dressing room? Should he fight on, Mr. Lammy?
Don't do that anymore. Don't move me when I'm filming. You cannot move me when I'm filming. Like, they
Sorry, I
can
didn't
hear you
realise.
from there, but you
Got
cannot
you.
move me.
Got you. I didn't realise I did. Sorry.
Because the camera does this if you move me. Like, if you touch me like this, the camera do.
Yeah, got you. I'll have to just step back, I think, and just do it like this.
Well, at least the sun is gone now.
Yeah. You don't need the sun.
No, the problem is that you cannot see anything.
No.
Well, it's still there, but this...
You want to look them up before.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I think someone is coming through here.
What's that?
Someone will come soon from here, I think. Oh, that's weird. Lammy always comes from there.
I know.
Well, better for us, because today we cannot film from there.
Because they're all in the
It's
shop.
full. Who was the other with him?
Oh, I don't know. Don't know, Luciano. That's Beth Rigby. Everyone's got the same coats on, haven't they? Look, Catherine,
The same
Beth.
what?
Look, they've all got the same style of coat, but
Yeah,
different colour.
it's like a...
Fashion.
Yeah, and that, it's yours as well.
What?
It's
Am I
like yours.
fashionable?
I mean, it's the same type of... It's like fashion, but at the same time it's warm. So I think that is the perfect coat to be on TV.
I like Catherine's, the red. It's nice.
Yeah, exactly.
She's getting cross.
No, that happens because she knows that she's in the middle of cameras, you know, and it's like the most important today is the picture until
Yeah.
because it's what I told you, like if you are here they can hear you anyway. If they want to answer they will answer. But the thing is like if they are in the middle we cannot even film. So they don't have the shot. Lot of us, no one is talking to her.
Right.
Before the hit.
And the directors. Oh shit. Right.
Yeah, they biffed the live.
So you're not having
Biffed alive?
Brendan Teller.
What?
Oh, they've
So
biffed,
annoying.
biffed
They say
alive.
we'll take you at 22, and then they don't, and then they go, you know, standing there getting you people shot for no reason.
Yeah, keep jumping, mate.
Jump in the front.
I'm on
Okay.
at 9, Keith.
Okay, fine.
Errol, can you see this?
Do you have a space here?
Yeah.
Just move this a little bit
This
there.
one?
Yeah, and you can move down here because that's fine for me. There's another car. Car coming.
Hi there, hello. Yeah, here I am in Downing Street, waiting for ministers to arrive for the cabinet meeting, crucial cabinet meeting. Happy? Okay, after this shot, yeah?
So someone might come.
Okay. Understood. Understood.
Got you. Yep.
Unless you're in the cars now.
Yes, so we are media presence here. What you were yesterday, we were waiting for that speech that Keir Starmer was going to make. All commentators were saying, this is the speech of his life before he can stay in the job. It seems like he had got a little bit of breathing space, didn't it?
But we're not gonna finish it. So I'm realizing.
Building on raising more and more questions about whether he could continue in his role as Prime Minister. So this cabinet meeting this morning is supposed to be about war with Iran, the impact of that war here in the UK, and people in countries around the world being pursued. Was what it was supposed to be about, but obviously the focus now on the future. I think the timing of all this is extraordinary. Consider that tomorrow it is the emergency speech. This is the calendar when the government sets out its programme, the government for the laws that it wants to bring in. But yes, the fact that all of this is going on, the questions about Keir Starmer's future, it seems like the most real juxtaposition of what's happening here in Downing Street today and the fact that the speech is tomorrow, where these question marks remain over whether Keir Starmer will be able to lead the government for the next year.
Yeah, give me a sec, mate.
MPs have now said that he either needs to go immediately or needs to set out a timetable to go. And essentially, there are two schools of thought. One that in a time of global crises, with the Ukraine war, the war with Iran continuing, and the impacts of that on people here in the UK, that this is not the time to change the leader.
I get that. Yeah, that's fair enough.
That's fair enough.
You need to let me know when they want it. I know they probably want it every time I'm not live, but...
Okay.
Try to regroup over the remainder of this parliamentary term and take on the challenges, especially from the right.
Stand back. Just two. No,
battling out this question of Keir Starmer's future. Also a sense
Yes.
they're avoiding us.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
No, Rachel Reid, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, arrived outside number 11, the house next door to number 10, obviously for anyone who isn't familiar, literally just further up the street from where I am, and her car pulled up, the door opened incredibly quickly, and she went through the door of number 11 incredibly quickly, so didn't engage with the cameras at all, and then we had David Lammy, the Deputy Prime Minister, walking up from this direction to
Usually when I speak to you down the street,
Okay.
we need something on TV, and there's about 70 or so
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, no worries. So yeah, so in other words, news package 52 will be the presenter's friend. News package 51 is the main camera. So if you watch those packages, you see what's going on.
One of the most significant meetings in living memory, really. Even since the...
It's crazy, because yesterday we had a camera standing here doing nothing, so we thought it
This one does not end the same way. The formal agenda for the cabinet is still the Middle East. I don't think that's going to be the only item on the agenda. We've just seen
have been a little equivocal
I'm not going to even parking it. Bye-bye.
Between the
The car
lines
that
with them, and perhaps they are trying to make up their minds. They don't have a settled position yet, but of course, here throughout the day, we will be getting lots of opinion, lots of analysis to help everyone.
Oh, my parcel just arrived.
You running with 16?
Cheers, thanks guys, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's approaching a quarter of the parliamentary group that Labour has, which is not insignificant, clearly.
I had it too close. I need them to
Sometimes when, and I've seen this with other Prime Ministers over recent years, and remember the UK...
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
It's impossible that was loud because I put it automatic. That means that it is.
Ah, right.
So are they been using both of the channels or should be fine? I'm going to put this as a little channel. Because I got the internet, my husband doesn't get it.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be one.
Great.
Nice.
Yes, yeah, no, that's fine. Well, once breakfast is done, then hopefully I'll have it.
Hey, Joe, thank you very much.
Exactly. Great. All right, thanks, Ali. Bye.
Can you see the order queue now, Anita? Is it okay? Well, it's not up at the moment. And it is 9, yes. Okay, great. And there's no reflection? Great.
So I'm meant to be on breakfast.
So we...
Oh, are we next to each other?
Yes.
Oh, fine. Okay, well, I'll dash.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realise we had each other.
No.
We don't know who that is.
You know your colleagues.
We're going to put you in, Henry, so we can just see the president.
If there's nobody close to
Yeah, exactly. Because they asked and no one said.
I saw them coming earlier. It's either ITN or BBC.
No, but I asked to ITN.
So we could do that.
That's great, thank you.
Yeah, so this is good work.
All these glasses I just don't fit. Very tight.
Now, I can get you...
Mine are really big that they fall sometimes.
These ones sticking against my head, they hurt. They're awful.
How many cameras have we got? Yeah, that
Would have been great if I had a spare set of step ladders.
I can get you one.
Can you?
Yeah. Let me finish this.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. I'll just stand up, I'll be able to see the ministers come and that stuff.
¿Qué?
Oh, she's coming down.
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, so move the camera. Yeah, but I can see this, and if Demi Lamy went through there, we don't have people coming through there, you know? So that's a point.
Beginning to arrive here in Downing Street and
The land wagon.
here too.
Lisa Nandy is the blonde one, right?
No, dark hair. Dark hair. Black hair.
Probably.
She's small.
I know the face.
Hi. Am I doing live headline? Yeah, okay.
Never pulled up bike. Nice plan.
Only one question matters today. Is it over for Keir Starmer?
On the Prime Minister as key ministers and dozens of MPs call on him to quit.
They are the same channel?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Your MP's table
We're counting down to a crunch cabinet
Oh, but
meeting
now
here
at least
at
it's
number
safe.
10, where Sir Keir
Much
Starmer
better.
will face a showdown
For the
with
shots, for
SVP.
everything is real.
Ministers
The other
are
means that you need
arrive
to
here in
start
Downing
I'm
Street.
moving. There is like open close.
Coverage on the BBC News.
This is all right though.
Yeah, that's fine. Or do you have someone there?
Yes, good morning from Downing Street, where there are dozens and dozens, actually over 100, I would say, banks of cameras, reporters. It feels like a massive day, and we have been here before. Are we about to see yet another Prime Minister taken out? If that happens, if we get another Prime Minister, that would be 6 PMs in 7 years. It seems to be becoming a habit that this Labour government was elected on a promise to stop the chaos. And here we are, nearly 80 Labour MPs openly calling for the Prime Minister to go. A civil war in the Labour Party. They are having a collective nervous breakdown, but there is no unity on what to do next. And I think all hangs now on this crucial cabinet meeting set to begin in the next half hour. Now, we saw Rachel Reeves arrive about half an hour or so ago, and went pretty much as close as it could to the door of the Treasury. David Lammy walked up. There was only one shout: is it time for the Prime Minister to go? We know that the Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, has told him that he should set out a timetable. We know that the Energy Secretary, Ed Miliband, has said similar. Previously, we know too that people like Lord Hermer and Steve Reed...
Should the Prime Minister resign, Minister? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Will you ask him to step down, Minister?
Darren Jones. Is it time for the Prime Minister to go?
Do you have confidence in the Prime Minister?
Allies of the Prime Minister, and he has been speaking this morning, and he's been saying he can't get ahead of any decision.
You're right? I think someone is coming.
Lost my voice though.
The car.
I've spoken to people in Downing Street and people more broadly in Labour who feel very sad and really quite depressed at what is going on. I'm very worried at what is coming next, because the Prime Minister said yesterday he's not going anywhere because the country will be plunged into chaos. And it feels like we're already there, because
Minister whether
Was it his hand? And he went walking? Because with this woman I cannot see anything.
So as I was mentioning, for all of us, the immediate
Reeves, Lamy, Jones, Darren Jones.
I was trying to figure out who was
Yeah, me too.
Prime Minister's allies say, look, this is not the time to challenge the leader.
Should the Prime Minister resign, Minister? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Will you ask the Prime Minister to step down, Minister?
I expect they're all going to be very tight.
Alexander, someone Alexander.
coming from all
No. Not very prominent though. Douglas Alexander, yeah.
Pointing the finger at the health secretary, but I was talking to one of the health secretary's key allies this morning, and he said that's categorically not true.
That's right, Sarah. I'm not sure I have to break off Shannon's cabinet
Anybody
to go over the top
for him.
journalists, camera operators,
resigned last night. And he said, look, West Meeting has been honest. He's told the Prime Minister some time ago that he won't launch a challenge. But if the Prime Minister's position becomes untenable, as
I don't know how they done
he is ready. So he says, at least he's being honest. There's plenty of people that would like the Prime Minister's job. Angela Rayner, she seemed to fall behind Anti-Burnham. She said twice in the last couple of days that he should never have been blocked. The trouble is, he isn't here. Things could very well run away. And it is just quite disappointing. Labour don't do this. Labour don't get the Prime Ministers very often, and they don't get rid of them, so we are in uncharted territory. Except for the fact that feels like it's coming.
I don't want to do it now, but what things I'm going to do a video for you because it's so funny to see all of the people here.
About 100.
Okay?
Yeah. I have a feeling of deja vu being here on other days like this, and here we are again. And also, when I got here at 5:30 this morning, all the streets are closed because it's the King's speech tomorrow, laying out the government's legislative agenda for marching the bands at 5:30 on St James's.
This tall guy came.
And here we are, and we don't know whether the Prime Minister today will decide to announce that he's going to set a timetable or whether he will be carrying on. Let's see who's come out after
Should the Prime Minister resign, Ministers? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Will you ask the Prime Minister to step down? Has the Prime Minister lost confidence in the Cabinet? Should he fight on, Ministers?
Smiles, all very
How allegiance is
Liz Kyle and Peter Kyle. The mood is very bleak
over the course of this week because it is widely expected if let's stress again.
So going back, he's doing Nigel Farage
that is certainly what at least a good few dozen
Keir Starmer out. Some in Labour are saying, what are we doing? We're literally gifting
would ultimately end up back.
By lunchtime, it's possible that the ship is steadied, we get to the King's speech, but it does feel at the moment like the Prime Minister's days are numbered, and who replaces him, deeply, deeply unclear.
How long on this? Yep.
But it feels pretty much like it's unstoppable. That's what a lot of senior people.
Look, potentially, we really don't know what's going to happen. And I think let's stress there are a lot of cabinet ministers who do still think the Prime Minister is the man for the job and should fight on. Two of the first cabinet ministers we saw go in for this meeting were David Lammy,
I feel
the
at this
Deputy Prime
point that you
Minister,
really couldn't make
Lord
this up
Herman,
if you
Richard
were
Herman, the
writing
Attorney
plot
General.
for
Well,
some
David Lammy was in there
drama.
yesterday.
It would almost
and
seem
while he did discuss
too
with the
ridiculous
Prime Minister, we understand
to be true.
political
Now, we
predicament that he
always
finds himself
knew
in.
that the local elections and the elections in Wales and Scotland were going to be the point of maximum danger for the Prime Minister. But I think the feeling was that probably Labour wouldn't move because there was no agreement on who would take his place. Whatever happened, to look before you leave. Now, we had Catherine West, that backbench MP, saying to the Cabinet the other day, get your act together and move against him or I will. She then said she hadn't even looked at the rules. Then she sent out a letter yesterday calling for a transition in September. Then she went, oh, actually, that was a typo, and then by September. It is a picture of chaos. The markets are not liking this. Borrowing is getting more expensive, and who is running the country? We have a country that since the financial crisis, we haven't had the growth. Public services are not good. We're paying more tax than ever. People feel that things are not working. They voted for change with Labour. Less than 2 years on, people are thinking, you haven't brought the change.
There's two pieces of code
applied in Wales. Is the country increasingly becoming
among the 70 or so Labour MPs
it's
who
such a mess, and there's no clear way out. There's no good options at this point.
orderly transition. Said they want a swift transition. Generally speaking, those who call for an orderly transition want Andy Burnham to succeed Keir Starmer, and those who want a swift transition want Wes Streeting to succeed Keir Starmer. The crucial point being, as you say, Andy Burnham is the Mayor of Greater Manchester. He's actually twice tried, failed to become Labour leader in 2010 and 2015. But he is not currently a Member of Parliament. He left Westminster to become Mayor of Greater Manchester back in 2017. Andy Burnham would have to find an MP willing to give up their seat for him. He would then have to get selected to be the Labour candidate.
Embarrassing for the King, reading out an agenda which is likely to be null and void, because whoever comes in, they are going to want to change things, aren't they? If it's Andy Burnham, he's got all sorts of plans that will involve a lot more spending. He previously said don't worry about the bond market. So I think, like Rachel Reeves absolutely have to worry about the bond market because the cost of borrowing is $100 billion a year just on the debt interest. It's not a good place. Angela Rayner
as I understand it this morning, their displeasure with this instability, and there will be those who support Wes Streeting who will be arguing if there is a leadership election, it's got to happen quicker
cannot get back.
than
And again, if
Andy
Wes
Burnham
Streeting is
because
there will
they
be
need
a
to
large
provide
number of
stability.
furious feeling that this has been some sort of stitch-up. There's no guarantee that Wes Streeting will be allowed to remain in power before the next election. So for a party, we heard, didn't we, the grown-ups are back in charge. I was looking at the speech that Keir Starmer made when the general election was announced. I was in the room.
Should the Prime Minister resign, Minister? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Has the Prime Minister lost the dressing room, Minister?
Labour Party arriving again, no comment
yes,
to
as
the
you say,
cameras,
sir.
and they're very good of
Smiling or
Peter
pretending
Kyle
that we don't
and Liz
exist.
Kendall,
Full smiles, full cameras.
yesterday was a very Prime Minister,
Very
he is also a very good friend of Wes Street,
sadness, real sadness in the
and there is
people
lots
have said to me that
My eyes are
I don't know.
what do we do? Do we just keep getting rid of the Prime Minister every year or quickly? I think today we
State opening in Parliament, so that new parliamentary session.
calling on the Prime Minister
And it is really
and
uncomfortable
we know in terms
And it
of
also speaks to, I
position
think, one of the
taken
big
Wes
questions
Streeting
that hangs
and
over
Burnham, the Mayor
this
of
question of leadership.
Manchester,
For those Labour MPs who want to change
probably the
things,
key contenders
some of them
for
believe
No,
there will be a
because
massive
I'm not fit. I'm not fit. I'm not fit enough. Honestly, I'm not.
to get to this point. And I thought it was very interesting what Jonathan Hinder, Red Wall MP, said last night. He said that the Prime Minister had never been that basically the majority was so well cross with the Tories. Now look, the Prime Minister did make the Labour Party not scary as people like it had been under Jeremy Corbyn, but actually they got this big majority, but wafer thin. They actually got about 500,000 less votes than Jeremy Corbyn got back in 2019 when they had the worst results since 1935. So it's where those results get farther. But I would say, so nearly a year ago was the summit, the NATO summit, where I first asked the Prime Minister if he was confident of leading Labour into the next general election. The reason I asked that was because of the welfare rebellion and absolute fiasco. They wanted to take £5 billion from the welfare bills, and there was a big rebellion by a number of MPs who just said no. At that point, Labour MPs realised that enough of them didn't like them, simply to stop it happening. And I felt that at that point, the Prime Minister's authority seriously began to drain away. And we have seen so many U-turns. I've lost count, to be honest, maybe 16. So there are two. The government has been blown around, and you would have thought with a big majority that they could have done whatever they wanted. The reality is that the majority was so big there were not enough jobs in the people to send lots of MPs and lose their seats to the next election.
When they came to power a couple of years ago, staggering, and I think the Labour Party argued at the general election that it was a feature of conservative.
My feet are cold.
Go with what the consensus is, then we might start to see cabinet resignations, maybe not today, but maybe not or down the line. True things.
Well done. That's impressive.
He gave an interview just at the weekend saying election and the 10 years of national renewal. It's impossible to say. He's pretty tough. He's pretty ruthless. He came in, he managed to transform the Labour Party, or so we thought. But since he's come in, he seems to have been blown around as the repeated churn in number 10. So many chiefs of staff, heads of communications. We've had the Peter Mandelson debacle, and it does feel still that all he says is give working people. It's not quite clear still what the Prime Minister believes, what he doesn't believe. He says something at one point, then down the line he says something different. I'll give you an example. On the two-child benefit cap, the government came in adamant that it was not affordable to lift the two-child benefit cap, and there was a rebellion over that, and the Labour Party took the whip off a whole load of Labour MPs who rebelled. Fast forward a year or so, and they decide that they will be able to afford it, even though the economic picture is still really, really bleak. And now they are championing that as one of their greatest achievements. So there is a lack of consistency. And no one getting out of the car. Apologies, I'm a bit distracted. I see all the cameras move. Oh, someone is about to come out through the Foreign Office. Let's see who it is. Basically, people come up the street from Downing Street, what I can see, or they come to just behind the cameras.
Should the Prime Minister resign, Minister? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Will you ask the Prime Minister to step down? Has the Prime Minister lost the confidence of the Cabinet?
Steve Reid, again smiling, but he is one.
Someone else is coming.
Should the Prime Minister resign, Minister? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Should he fight on, Minister? Should the Prime Minister resign?
Noisy Downing Street. We've just seen a couple more ministers arrive. It's been
Two of the Prime Minister's loyalists. We know that Steve Reid, the Housing Secretary, was talking to the Prime Minister last night and urging him to hang on. Lord Herman, the Attorney General, also a key supporter of the Prime Minister. And Pat McFadden has been as well. He's been wheeled out on so many morning rounds, safe on broadcast. But even he, in the last couple of weeks, has started to seem like it's becoming harder for him to keep insisting that all is well. All is very clearly not well. The problem is, what does Labour do now?
Maybe Shabana Mahmood. It's around there.
Someone is coming.
Should the Prime Minister resign, Minister? Is it over for Keir Starmer, Minister? Should he fight on, Minister?
We are waiting.
There's one coming down that way.
Which one? It's Joe Stevens. Should the Prime Minister resign, Minister? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Has Keir Starmer failed Wales, Minister? Should he fight on?
So,
Who?
I think the shouting has
we have
fallen to one individual in the media camp here as we all look around and don't
yes, well, we don't know about John Healey. There are mixed reports. What John Healey said, what Yvette Cooper said last night as well. But we've got some breaking news. Yata Fazula has resigned. Government Minister of very PPS's last night, some junior aides on the government ranks, and you just wonder, yesterday I found it almost impossible to keep up with the number of calling for the Prime Minister to go. I think we're nearly 80 now. When I got home, and I woke up and it was absolutely chaos. And it does feel like things are moving very, very fast. As Boris Johnson said, when the herd has moved it's not a stampede yet. Remember with Boris Johnson.
Should the Prime Minister resign, Minister? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Will you ask the Prime Minister to step down? Where's Streeting? Do you want to be Prime Minister? Where's Streeting? Are you measuring the curtains? Do you want the case to number 10, Mr. Streeting?
A car.
Could be Shabana Mahmood.
2 cars.
No, the one who just came. This is one who just came,
There's a woman just...
West Streeting and... the woman.
West Streeting. Yeah, she just gave the rest. Thank you.
John Healy. John Healy.
Until 10 minutes ago, 8 minutes ago to be precise, she was a minister.
Should the Prime Minister resign, Mr. Healy?
No longer.
Is it over for Keir Starmer? Will you ask the Prime Minister to resign, Mr. Healy? Do you have confidence in the Prime Minister? Should he fight on, Minister?
The weight of the meeting is about to take place. We're streeting there. Walked in.
Should the Prime Minister resign, Mr. Miliband? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Will you ask for Keir Starmer to step down, Mr. Miliband?
And that, I think, is interesting and a little bit surprising. The resignations which came from the junior activists were generally seen as coming from allies of West Streeting, the health sector, or the right of That's not when the 6 minutes. So I am very struck that she has written this resignation letter saying, while progress has been made, we have not acted with the vision, taste and ambition which our mandate could shape demands of us, nor have we governed as a Labour Party clear about our values and strong in our convictions. Talks about mistakes on the route of fuel payment.
Yeah, John Healy.
I'll take it now.
Thank you.
She says the message on the doorstep was clear.
It's only 5 minutes they've got to be in. They've got all be in 5 minutes. It's 9:30 starts and so. I haven't seen Shabana Mahmood or Yvette Cooper.
I think that does.
Ah, right.
There were like 4 or 5 cars that they went through there. So.
Yeah.
And one was John Healy, that is the one that came.
Yeah.
So I think that's the
Some of them are hiding. Bridget Phillipson as well. There's another one. I haven't seen Lisa Nand either. No.
Maybe they went around with the car. Because it's been like 5 or 6.
So
That'll be easier. I can't see it. Fine. Great. Perfect.
in the next few minutes, stay with us here on BBC News.
Thank you very much. Very kind.
We'll switch back to channel now, I think.
Is that breakfast done?
These are great for departures.
Catherine.
Have you got all the briefs, Anita?
Is Henry going to do chat? That's so true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anita, can you do
the camera, that's back on perfect. Still got safety in the shot.
I'm going to take a picture of Catherine from there. Great shot. Catherine. I'll send you a picture. No, I'm saying I'm taking a picture of you and sending you it. more or less.
Yes, welcome to Downing Street, and it feels absolutely chaotic here. We've got well over 100 press. It feels like an enormous day, and in the last few minutes we've had, yes, the cabinet arriving, but the first ministerial resignation from Miata Fumbuleda, MP for Peckham. She is a junior minister for devolution, faith and communities, and she's written to the Prime Minister saying that she's proud of all that's been achieved, but she's saying the country faces enormous challenges and people are crying out for the scale of change that this requires. The public does not believe that you can leave.
Yep.
Then she says, therefore, I urge you to do the right thing for the country and the party and set a
Okay, Heidi Alexander.
Yes, he's there.
Okay. No, James Murray, yeah. Got to walk at a pace, haven't I? Should the Prime Minister resign, Ministers? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Will you ask the Prime Minister to step down, Ministers? Do you have confidence in the Prime Minister? Should the Prime Minister fight on, Ministers?
Yeah, booming voice, mate.
Thank you.
Honest and saying that he's ready to mount a challenge if the Prime Minister can't stay.
Well spotted.
Maybe someone else, like 1 or 2.
It's 9:30, so they're late, if it is.
And is there only job? But only goes on their website.
Ah, right. Fair enough.
They got the skills today.
What, sorry? Yes. I've never seen so much equipment. It's cameras. Is that
That's what we were saying earlier, like, what they might think when we
Miles, but
yes, Mara and Heidi,
let me just bring you breaking news because we are hearing that the MP for Peckham, Prime Minister, has resigned.
John Heath, some PPSs last night, some junior aides on the government rank, and it does feel like things are moving. Even with Boris Johnson,
I think so, Lucia.
for that, but it's possible legislative agenda that the King
Bless you.
outlines tomorrow may quickly become obsolete, depending on what happens in that building behind you.
Deliberately done it just before this happened. Let's be clear about that. Just to give you a flavour of some of the things that said, she has said we have not acted with the vision, pace and ambition that our candidates demonds of us, nor has the government and the Labour Party clear about our values and strong in our transition so that the future deliberate change. Let me just give you a bit of biographical information and then why this is really biographical information. The MP for Peckham since 2003 an economist, was seen as a real rising star when she came in. to Parliament. Why this really matters is that the Act of Bambula is not on the right of the Labour Party. There was a claim yesterday, sworn out by some of the Labour Party presiding for the opposition, parliamentary tribe split and so on. They were generally allied with West Street. That's not when the Act of Bambula comes from. If there is one senior minister who is most closely aligned with, it's Ed Miliband on the so-called soft left of the Labour Party. This suggests to me that multiple factions, multiple wings of the Labour Party are now converging, coming to review. Keir Starmer must go soon.
He has said to the Prime Minister he will not be rejected, but if the Prime Minister's position is untenable, he's ready to go. But look, we don't know what...
Exactly right. And also, it is getting more senior. Parliamentary Private Secretary resigned yesterday. That's a big deal for a Prime Minister. But when I talk about that on the BBC, I need to explain what a Parliamentary Private Secretary is, right? Because it is a niche Westminster thing. A junior minister, well, we all know what a government is. So he's getting more senior, and that is going to feel uncomfortable for the Prime Minister because he knows about this. Of course, she resigned just as this crunch cabinet meeting is beginning. We've seen, as you were describing, these almost all the cabinet, well, no, all of the cabinet by this point, arrive in Downing Street for this meeting. Allegedly, the agenda is the response to the situation in the Middle East. I think we all know that what is uppermost in people's minds is the situation in Sudan.
People in number 10, they feel incredibly sad and say, look, the Prime Minister is a decent man, but it feels like the herd
it's important to reflect that there are a lot of
Labour MPs just feel that this is frankly mad. Nobody knows what comes next. Andy Burnham, maybe doesn't have time. Angela Rayner, she still owes £50,000 in stamp duty. That investigation. Ed Miliband, he's is or somebody else, he might throw his hat into the ring. We don't know where it's going. All the talk about orderly transition, there is no agreement on what might happen.
Did you get everything you needed?
Yeah.
Good man. You're a legend. Thank you very much. Top man. Thank you, Lewis. Cheers.
But for a year now, his authority has been hanging by a thread, really since that welfare effect. He tried to make cuts to welfare spending, actually really slowly increasing. In her resignation letter, so it's looking very good. Clearly, that is a massive part of it. But they disagree on what the timetable is. They disagree on what the timetable is.
Prime Minister, and we have to do it now. The trouble is, look before you leap. We don't know what follows. Nobody knows what follows. And the Prime Minister, well, let's see. I mean, he was adamant yesterday that he wasn't going anywhere, that he's not going to plunge the country into chaos, but it feels like the chaos is already here, and it feels like...
Yes, they are. They are indeed.
Good. You can go to the toilet and breathe.
Yes. We should have heaters. I would like a heater and a coffee machine and all of that. Of course, I'm delusional, but... Get some good snaps. Be enough?
Is that a light? No, it's just a... Oh, right, okay. So you guys... Yeah, it's okay.
know earlier the light was quite wasn't it? So
it was, of course.
Thank you.
That's back.
Telecom.
The Prime Minister could try and sack them and replace them with others, or just say no. Sorry.
Well, that's a good question.
The process which we became so wearily familiar.
Any blankets, Freddie?
Actually, we should install, look at cafes
Yes,
outside.
yes.
Radiators.
I'll sign that petition.
And maybe attach one to the listing or anything.
I'm from the
That would
north.
be your legacy. You do that for us. I'm trying to make lots of
She's here for another 20 years, so. Thank you, Freddie.
just like tucking together.
Which is more Europe. I mean,
this is happening, and the shouting is happening around us for a reason. Otherwise,
working class communities, much of the country has been struggling for a very long time. They keep back to the financial crisis, and before, that's why so many of them voted for
I think that's generally the vibe of some people in Reform Conservatives. I mean, not necessarily that they think it's a mistake from the Labour Party's point of view to get rid of Keir Starmer, but they're enjoying the Labour Party's chaos and internal divisions, because that's what opposition parties do. Because I remember Labour politicians, some of them who are in that building right now around the cabinet table, happily telling me how cock-a-doop they were when the Conservative Party had its moments like this. But look, I think there is more of an open question over whether, in the medium term, actually some of the Labour Party's analysts might be frustrated. The Labour Party is getting rid of Keir Starmer. Reform UK ran a national campaign saying vote reform, get Starmer out. They saw him as a great asset to that election, which they did pretty well. So I think it's kind of interesting. I assume so. We had the past in other political parties, but also we saw yesterday when one parliamentary took the microphone to run down and the applicants resigned, they were followed by several others in what appeared to be roughly coordinated. I'd be surprised if they especially if Sir Keir Starmer emerges from that cabinet meeting doesn't at least set a timetable for change.
Correspondent. Yes, so I will be back very shortly when I'll be joined by two Labour MPs for their thoughts on this crucial meeting that's taking place and what they think should happen next. But right now, around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News. Thank you, that was a really good chat. Taking lots of time to do that, that's good. Cheers. I'm just going to quickly check. I feel like I've got something.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, how long have I got?
Sure. Yeah.
I feel like I've got something stuck to my eye. You can see the pollen floating around here.
Yeah. I gave her a mark. Put it down where she was. She doesn't want to excuse totally.
Emer, if there's anything urgent here or anything coming up, will you wave your phone at me so I'll know to look?
Sure, we'll take
yeah?
We what? Do that.
Hello and welcome back to Downing Street, where that cabinet meeting is getting underway, that crucial cabinet meeting for Sir Keir Starmer, with the Telegraph newspaper suggesting that 6 cabinet ministers are going to be asking him to set out a timetable to resign. And just before that meeting got underway, we heard the news, and timing is everything, that the Communities Minister, Beata Kandola, announced her resignation from that position and called on the Prime Minister to set out a timetable to go. So for that to happen, no coincidence with the timing, I'm sure, just before that Cabinet Minister got underway, is clearly very damaging for the Prime Minister. She is the first Minister to resign her position, calling on the Prime Minister to go. Well, much to talk about. And joining me now are 2 Labour MPs, Toby Perkins, who is the Labour MP for Chesterfield, and Paulette Hamilton, who is the member for Birmingham Erdington. Thank you both so much for joining us on BBC News today, as this cabinet meeting is taking place behind me here in number 10. Everything at stake really for the Prime Minister, his political career, his leadership of the party and the government. Toby, you are supportive of Keir Starmer. Do you think, given everything that's happened over the last 24 hours, that he can stay on?
I've got this is brilliant line. This is the Prime Minister at the top of the cabinet. As I said yesterday, I take responsibility for this election. I take responsibility for the change.
Toby. Toby, I'm so sorry. I'm going to Toby. Toby Perkins MP. I do apologise. I'm going to interrupt you just for a moment. Henry Zeppelin, our chief political correspondent, is still with us here, and he wants to bring us some breaking news. Henry.
I have some words that the Prime Minister said at this cabinet meeting, which is unfolding right now. This is how he began the meeting. As I said yesterday, I take responsibility for these election results, and I take responsibility for delivering the change we promised. The past 48 hours have been destabilising for government, and that has a real economic cost for our country and for families. The Labour Party has a process of challenging a leader, and that has not been triggered. The country expects us to get on with governing. That is what I am doing, and what we must do as a cabinet. Anita, that is Keir Starmer saying to the cabinet, and then through us, to Labour MPs, come and have a go if you think you're hard. He is saying we don't have a situation of no confidence letters. He's saying if you want to get rid of me, 81 of you need to back an alternative candidate, and they will have to fight me with the Labour Party membership. That is the message, and it is a tough message that the Prime Minister is trying to convey this month.
Fighting talk, and I was talking earlier about the two of the store, about whether he should go or whether he should stay, and those who want him to stay are really saying that this is very chaos, when so much attention needs to be paid to the economy, the cost of demand, etc. Change the leader now would be damaging, so he is leading into that argument.
He is, and that was not a given the amount of pressures the Prime Minister has come under, including from his Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, last night, from more than 70 MPs publicly. I mean, I think really this is a message directed, in terms of that cabinet meeting, given it was delivered at the cabinet table, for one person, Wes Streeting, the Health Secretary. We know, and the Prime Minister has known for some time, because Wes Streeting told him this 6 months ago to his face, that Wes Streeting has been ready, has been preparing, should a leadership election take place. This is the Prime Minister saying, I'm not triggering that leadership election by resigning, you're going to have to trigger it by resigning, you're going to have to trigger it by coming and coming for me.
Publicly at least suggested that he would not trigger that personally again, and wait for circumstances that I think that he would not trigger that personally, because that puts him on the spot, doesn't it?
two questions now. One, will Wes Streeting change his approach? Will he take the bait, essentially? Will he try to confound that old political maxim that he who wields the knife never wears the crown? And two, how will Labour MPs respond to this? In response to Sir Keir Starmer's fighting talk, will there be more ministers who resign? More MPs who say the Prime Minister has to go? But even then, the Prime Minister's view seems to be, we're not the Conservative Party, no confidence letters are not part of our constitution, you're going to have to find a candidate and they're going to have to take it.
So, I'm sure he has a lot of views already about this, but it is quite a response.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'd have been saying that anyway. He may not even know that Miatta Van Buller resigned, but yes, absolutely, and it will be fascinating to see whether more ministers resign. Of course, what we also can't know is how the Cabinet responded to those words. And funnily enough, I don't think Downing Street are going to be circulating the responses of the Cabinet Ministers in the same way they've circulated what the Prime Minister said at the start of the meeting. So that's going to be a reporting job that we will do over the course of the morning. But look, I mean, I don't know. I don't know whether a Cabinet Minister right now is responding by saying the Prime Minister, you've got it wrong, you've got to go. I don't know whether they're all doing that weird political thing and banging the table in support of him. Who knows that it's fascinating.
It is, Henry, clearly from a psychological perspective, this is the Prime Minister trying to head off any waverers, any doubters, any members of the Cabinet who are thinking, I'm not quite sure, I'm not really sure, am I taking the other way? This is trying to say, and he said, I don't buy, and yeah, she said,
yeah, absolutely right. And of course, sorry, it's a bad day for AP sufferers as well as for Keir Starmer. But the risk for the Prime Minister in this approach is that Cabinet Ministers who might have been wavering, might have actually been trying to sort of sit this one out, now have to make a call either way. But the Prime Minister is putting the onus on somebody here, maybe Wes Streeting, maybe someone else, to actually force this matter. And that is a power that he has under the Labour Party rule. So it will be fascinating to see whether anyone rises to the challenge that he has set.
Okay, Henry, could you recap for us
I'm just going to read it again. Cool. I think that's the easiest thing to do. These are direct quotes according to Downing Street. The Prime Minister said at the start of the Cabinet meeting, he said this: as I said yesterday, I take responsibility for these election results and I take responsibility for delivering the change we promised. For the past 48 hours have been destabilising for government, and that has a real economic cost for our country and for families. The Labour Party has a process of challenging a leader, and that has not been true. The country expects us to get on with governing. That is what I'm doing. We must do as a team.
Okay, Henry, stay with us. Thank you very much. I'm going to return to our guests, Labour MPs, Toby Perkins, Labour MP for Chesterfield, Paulette Hamilton, MP for Birmingham, Erdington. And thank you both very much for your patience. Apologies for delaying speaking to you. I just want to get your immediate reaction to what the Prime Minister has said. I hope you were able to hear that. Toby Perkins first.
Yeah, okay. I'll get up. He's on his way to the toilet, but I might be able to just see if you
Well, would you manage to, they want to come to me now, and Ollie's going to the Loom.
Yeah,
And Paulette Hamilton, the same question to you, your reaction to what the Prime Minister has said, to what your Labour colleague Toby Perkins has just said.
Well, this is what the head office agrees with about, apparently. Yeah, I'm just going to get myself right now.
That's not connected. It's not connected. It's not connected. I need to connect it to the IoT.
I think you're going to have to project a bit more.
It's like Gobby. Gobby number 2.
There is a difference between Gobby and this young man here. All right, now, how's it going? Celsius.
He was from somewhere south of London. They
asked me because they want to hear it live.
No, he does. He did, rather. He did.
Paulette, do you think it was the heat of the King's speech when the Labour government is due to set out its next to bring in that it would be less stabilising for Keir Starmer to set out a timetable to go than to say, he's staying on?
Take the focus, it's okay. They are judging now.
Was it yesterday?
Paulette, I just need to say sorry to get we're almost out of time to allow Toby to come in. Paulette suggests that Keir Starmer is just not the right individual to lead the party forward, to lead the government forward. Very briefly, 30 seconds.
Yeah, they did last.
Okay, and that is, it seems, a message from the Prime Minister today as he started that cabinet meeting. Toby Perkins and Paulette Hamilton, Labour MPs, thank you so much for joining us here on BBC News. So yes, that cabinet meeting, crucial cabinet meeting is underway in Downing Street behind me. The Prime Minister opened with the statement in which he was very clear he wanted to fight on essentially a challenge to members of the cabinet to back him. And he is saying that he wants to avoid chaos. He is saying that if members of the party persist with this attempt to remove him from office or to ask him to set out a timetable to resign, that it will only bring more chaos to the voters, more chaos to the country. We will have all the latest for you here. So do stay with us on BBC News. Welcome to Downing Street, the Cabinet meeting behind me, an absolutely critical meeting for the Prime Minister, but some words have been breathed out to us to the effect that the Prime Minister says he's going nowhere. So apparently he will be telling the meeting, as I said yesterday, I take responsibility for all these election results and I take responsibility for delivering the change that was promised. The past 48 hours have been destabilising the government, and that has a real economic cost for our country and for families. The Labour Party has a process for challenging a leader, and that has not been triggered. The country expects us to get on with governing. That is what I am doing, and what we need to do as a cabinet. So that is the message of the Prime Minister to the cabinet. Will say, listen, we know that Siobhan Mahmood and some others have asked him to set out a timetable to leave, but we know that others, Steve Reid, the Housing Secretary, Lord Hermit, the Attorney General,
David Lammy, the Justice Secretary, are saying, no, you mustn't go, you need to stand firm. And of course, the Prime Minister is saying he doesn't want to go because he doesn't want to plunge the country into chaos. And we're already seeing some chaos because the financial markets are open, the stock market is down, and bond yields are up, as Keir Johnson used to run the IFS said. Borrowing has got more expensive for all of us, and that is very depressing. This is all coming at a time where the economy is not in a good place, where the war in Iran is sending our bills rocketing. That situation is likely to get dramatically worse in the coming months, even if the Strait of Hormuz is reopened, which is not going to happen anytime soon. Let's face it, there's a war in Ukraine, there's global instability, we're living in a dangerous world. The Prime Minister's argument is we need stability. This is not the time to indulge in a civil war. But look, we've also hit that symbolic threshold of 81 Labour MPs openly calling for the Prime Minister to go. That is 1/5 of the parliamentary Labour Party. So I think that is significant. But then again, it hasn't actually triggered a protest yet. Will somebody in that building behind me decide to start that protest? We're streeting, lots of the colleagues very cross with him who's behind us, but his ally told me this morning he's absolutely not asked anybody to go over the top at all, but he's one of many people who would like Prime Minister's job. Tea? Can you tell me what's coming before the tea then?
Welcome to Downing Street. We are live here and this is BBC News. So Keir Starmer tells his
the Prime Minister saying he's not going anywhere, but in the end it might be a decision that is taken from him.
The Prime Minister also says the process for challenging the Labour leader has not been triggered at the meeting with his top team. So as the Prime Minister fights for his future and faces off with his cabinet here in Downing Street, we'll continue with our live coverage on BBC News. Responsibility for the results, but that the process for challenging a leader hasn't been triggered, and as a result he says he will get on with governing. So as that meeting got underway, the first government minister resigned her post, a really interesting piece of timing. In a post on X, Niata Fanvola, Communities Minister, told the Prime Minister, our country faces enormous challenges and people are crying out for the scale of change that this requires. She went on, the public does not believe that you can lead this change, and nor do I. Our faith and communities. She joins 72 other Labour MPs who have publicly urged Sir Keir Starmer to go now or to set out a timetable for these marches. We don't know yet how the Prime Minister's message was received by his cabinet. We do know that there is a split in the room. A mob of the ministers calling for him to set out a schedule, a timetable for his resignation. Well, is our beautiful Chris Mason. Chris,
Right now, at least, we're trying to get it through.
No, because when they call now, she say the is here, she can do it. I mean, until they are finished before it doesn't matter. It's up to her. They need to understand.
Hello? Great question. Check the lockers and the back door. Yeah, the bag is probably alive. Given that the handle is resonating, if not, someone's going to put it down.
Well, yes, when the herd moves, of course, that the herd is moving. At the moment, the Prime Minister is standing there and saying, I am not going anywhere. So he has some words brief that he has told his cabinet, saying that he takes responsibility for delivering the change that he promised, and saying that the last 48 hours have been destabilising for the government, and that it has an economic cost for our country and for families. We've seen that already when the markets opened this morning. The cost of borrowing is very higher. The stock market is falling. We're not likely instability, and our economic position is already pretty bleak at the moment. So I think everything hangs on what happens in the cabinet meetings taking place right now. We've got 81 MPs that are trying to call for the Prime Minister to go. That's a fifth of the Parliament in the Labour Party. That is significant. That's the number needed for a challenge. But the thing is, there is no unity around who is the right person to take the Prime Minister's place. We've also got the fact that the King's speech is tomorrow. We've got troops parading at 5:30 in the morning. The King's going to set out the government's legislative agenda. Is this really the time to push a Prime Minister out now? What will hang on what is said in the meeting and how many of the cabinet say that they think it's time to go. We know that Siobhan Reid has said that. We know that Ed Miliband has previously said that. We know that others like Lord Turner and David Lammy like Steve Wood saying that you should stay on. Darren Jones, one of the PMP allies in your party, he was saying, I can't get ahead of any decisions that he might make, but he also said that ministers need to stand behind the Prime Minister. So, frankly, I've got no idea what happens now. Nor does there anybody else, not even the Prime Minister, and he might as well to resign if he doesn't. We don't know what feels like when he goes, but because when he does go, he's got no idea who might replace him. Andy Burnham, the favourite, doesn't have a seat. Angela Rayner still able to be here 45 months in stamp duty. There's still an investigation going on. Ed Miliband, well, apparently he didn't want it, but he might have a reason. We don't know where this ends, and this all comes at a time of great geopolitical uncertainty, economic instability. Who knows where we will be in
which is a leader who does not have a mandate whether that instability or whatever.
Microphone. Oh, you have those?
Yeah, never you. So they make the
You see that? You see that? I'll be in chat with you like the bar.
No, because I cannot proper do the camera stuff. But thank you though.
Hello, thank you for those times. Also had a live at 10:45. And I just want to know, I'm going to nip off now, so I'm just going to and I'll come straight back. But would you mind just checking the time I've got? Do I have a 10:45? Oh, that's fine. In that case, I'm going to go now quickly to Blue and grab coffee, but I'll be back by okay, cool. All right, thanks so much. You too. Thanks. Bye, bye, bye.
But this country is worse than in Spain, eh? Much worse. Yeah. But much worse, eh?
Just because now being escorted to the toilet and whatnot.
Oh, that's nice of them. Occasionally used to happen.
This is about the
And there is something in there beyond the self-serving position of the which is the market.
Yeah,
And could be more process is longer. However, the counter political it's going to go more business. At the very least, that government can do is we had the money looking at the full breadth of the rather than looking for somebody and that gets there's a lot of diary rearranging around the reality at the moment is so mid-time that people might have to look at what we're going to do the next 10 minutes. And that's kind of where the future will really learn
You were prepared.
I was complaining about the sun on my eyes. Not about the sun is good.
I wanted to eat.
I'm happy with the sun.
I wanted to send a present.
Yeah.
Forget these lives.
I think it's actually absurd that if you were to walk the half a mile from here and Parliament down the road, you see the absurdity of what is all the roads are going to be in the back. The streets are wide, it's the carriage, down by the sovereign will open Parliament, the state open every year or so for a session of Parliament where they're going to set out bills of transportation. Populated by the words well, which government? Led by who? That is a live question. Who will be around to lead the government implement that legislation? That is totally live question. Which is
apparently, as a listing back on instability has consequences. Yes, we're showing that now to our viewers. This is not a thing. Instability has consequences for lives. The people who elected us less than 2 years ago, we must unite behind
No, they don't want these
the
from the
Prime
same
Minister.
thing.
So
They come
squarely
on
behind
or
his
reaps them from
But the rest, even if they're also prepared, you're going to see them.
yeah, we have a rear guard action one of those moments which we have now seen where
who have got to
much more transparent to say what the bottom line is authentically articulate but also get to the views of citizens. Many of them are upset, deeply unpopular. They don't want to watch it. They can see how it rolls. They can see how when they're out on the doorsteps about and that includes, by the way, some of those who have come to a reluctance that the Prime Minister let go. They've waited off in the last few days. I'm talking to one of those who was on the 70, 80 odd who were saying, it's a bit that's the reality of the kind of personal as well as no way of language that we're
in the city of London, it's due today. Our Yeah, there really is.
That'll make how things are or what might happen. Frankly, we don't know because things might change. That's the reality. I didn't want to put myself as a shoes of the Chancellor or indeed everyone else. That is completely credible.
I mean, it is a bit soul destroying. Yeah.
And a Chancellor who's been in police officers the best part of the last 2 years. Yeah, I've got a that design fiscal, knowing that political turbulence
Downing Street. So that cabinet meeting continuing behind me. We saw that the Prime Minister threw down the gauntlet at the start of that meeting with his short statement to his colleagues there in cabinet, urging them not to plunge the UK into chaos. Effectively, that was the gist of what he was saying. We had a spokesman from the Housing Secretary, Steve Reed, as the meeting was apparently taking place, saying this is not a game, warning against instability, urging the party to back the Prime Minister, and at the same time we're hearing that the number of MPs calling on the Prime Minister to go to set up a timetable for his departure has ticked up slightly, now standing at 78, so approaching a quarter of the party's parliamentary body. We will be back here very shortly with you in Downing Street, or very late right now, a short break around the world. And across the UK, this is BBC News. Yes. That's very helpful. Yes, and I'm going to head with that one as well. Did you catch that? I've got Henry back with me as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey, hang on. Okay, we're going to move you both that way.
Hello and welcome back to Downing Street, which is going to be the scene of a really consequential day for politics in the UK, one way or another. The Cabinet is having a meeting right now as they debate the future of Prime Minister Keir Starmer, but he threw down the gauntlet at the start of that meeting and said that he was determined to fight on, basically saying that to do otherwise, to change the leadership in this country would be hugely chaotic for the country, and that he had a job to do that he wanted to get on with. At the same time, as that cabinet meeting was getting underway, we saw the first ministerial resignation. Miata Nyambola, the Communities Minister, calling on the Prime Minister to set out a timetable to go, and the number of MPs calling him to do that has ticked up ever so slightly over the course of the last hour, so from 72 to 78. But then in the cabinet meeting itself, you had the Housing Secretary writing a post on social media saying that it would be essentially ridiculous for the party to try to change leadership and that it would only deliver instability. So that is a broad overview of what's been happening in the last hour or so. We just don't know what the cabinet is going to do after this. Many of them likely without having fully made up their minds, without fully having arrived at a position of what they want the Prime Minister to do. But we do know that Shabana Mahmood, the Secretary, because she said this yesterday, wants the Prime Minister to set out a schedule for his departure. So he is in there really fighting for his leadership of the party, the government, the UK right now, and trying to persuade those cabinet ministers around the table to back him. Let's just show you some of those ministers arriving a little earlier today in Downing Street for that meeting, which is now underway. Each new arrival was greeted with a similar question from all of us waiting journalists here. So take a listen. Well, in that post from Steve Reid, the Housing Secretary, apparently while the cabinet meeting was taking place, he said the instability that all of this debate over the Prime Minister's future is causing has real consequences, he said. The Housing Secretary, apparently while the cabinet meeting was taking place, he said the instability that all of this debate over the Prime Minister's future is causing has real consequences, he said, for people's lives. And one of the things that we're looking at today is how the markets are reacting to all of this, because we know that the markets do not like instability. And joining us now is Ramzan Kamali from BBC Business. So Ramzan, tell us, how are the markets reacting to what's happening here in politics in the UK?
Oh yeah, look at that, definitely. I've got a signal. He's like, hang on, helmet. I just called myself. No, he's driving. No, he didn't. So I haven't done work. No, he hasn't. So we all have like fun. Did you get rejected? I lost it. What happened? No. Yeah. You get turned away. Why wouldn't they let you go? Too late. No.
Okay, Ramzan, thank you for that update on the market situation. Ramzan Kamali there for us, and our chief political correspondent Henry Zepman is with me. Henry, we've got about a minute and a half.
Minister is saying to his party in general, and Wes Streeting, the health secretary in particular, pull up or shut up. That's the phrase John Major used when his leadership was under strain, and that is where Sir Keir Starmer is heading. He has essentially dared the cabinet to remove him, dared the Labour Party more generally to bring back his rival to displace him. He's saying, look, it's all well and good. He's saying it's all well and good to have 70 or wherever we are now, approaching 80 Labour MPs saying they don't have confidence in him. That's not how Labour's rules work. They are going to have to back a rival candidate. And Starmer is saying that in the knowledge that those who want for him to go are divided. Some of them want Andy Burnham, they want the Labour Party to move to the left in some cases. Others want Wes Streeting. Okay, so it's not that even if somebody did decide to rise to that step, that all of those 70, 80 MPs would back one candidate. Keir Starmer is fighting the same.
Well done, everybody.
Thank you.
Nolan.
Of course, yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Please.
What about? You're disappearing.
Somebody too.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to
That sounds good, Cameron. Yeah, yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, Joe.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
sorry,
So what do we need to do?
this is very good.
In a package? Would that be?
Yeah.
Let me start secondary.
Channel 2. Channel 2. 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we say sorry.
I hope so.
It's getting my throat.
Yeah.
I've got some eczema, yeah. Yeah, I think we can talk about what to do with that person or people. So we can talk about that.
Sure. Thank you. On the IF.
Yeah.
Really subtle, isn't it? I shove it.
That green cable goes in that hole. No, leave it in that end.
That's really
Just stick it in that end.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
But it's not an A yet, Richard.
No, just to frame the shot.
Frame it, yeah. And then we can just relax a little bit. We'll be ready for lunchtime.
Sorry guys.
Sorry.
Thank you. That's it. Oh, sorry. So we don't want to cancel it. You're going to have to where you are, please. In fact, you go that way, the time is flashing. And just turn to me. This is for the when we do our... I've got Cindy with number 3.
To step down from their challenges to him, not all counterforce are opposing him. We heard from the Housing Secretary, Steve Reid, who during that meeting posted on social media urging the party to unite behind the Prime Minister, saying
Perfect. It looks just really nice and straight and elevated.
Next, how these cabinet ministers will react during that meeting.
Have you asked the Prime Minister to step down, Minister? Should the Prime Minister resign? Has anyone got the guts to challenge Keir Starmer? Is he now the Prime Minister in name only? Is he right to fight on, Steve Reid? Should he continue?
Steve Reid, the Housing Secretary, who I was just mentioning during that meeting, his support for the Prime Minister and
have you asked the Prime Minister to step down, Lisa Nandy? Should the Prime Minister resign? Has anyone got the guts to challenge Keir Starmer? Is it over for the Prime Minister? Should the Prime Minister resign, ministers? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Has anyone got the guts to challenge Keir Starmer? Is the Prime Minister in name only? Should the Prime Minister resign, Bridget Phillipson? Is it over for Keir Starmer? You support the Prime Minister, basically.
It's hard to tell over your fucking shouting.
I did pause for a period, though.
Oh, that's very cool.
Well, you know.
You started shouting when he was answering the question.
Yeah. You've got to take your chance.
One person really need to wedge things to help.
can't tell because this guy was shouting.
I told you to stop. I told you to put the microphone because he was saying something.
Every time you try to talk to me now, I'm going to shout over.
Hey, go on. I'd like to see you beat me. You might actually. You'll be giving us that yows from Dudley.
It's always the quiet one.
You're more eloquent though, Ollie.
My words hit harder.
I think you're a scrap top, aren't you?
Football bulletins, where's Catherine?
I'm not in charge of my headphones. I'm sure she'll know. I'm sure she Have you asked the Prime Minister to step down, Minister? Should the Prime Minister resign, Peter Kyle? Ed Miliband, should the Prime Minister resign? Have you asked the Prime Minister to step down? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Should the Prime Minister resign, Peter Kyle? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Liz Kendall, should the Prime Minister resign? Have you asked the Prime Minister to step down, Liz Kendall? Is it over for the Prime Minister? Should the Prime Minister resign, Pat McFadden? Is it over for Keir Starmer? Is he finished, Pat McFadden? Is he Prime Minister in name only, Pat McFadden? Is his time up? Is this the end, Pat McFadden? Is he right to fight on? Pat McFadden is the Prime Minister delusional by carry on. Should he go, Pat McFadden?
First major on this side.
No one else can hear, like, some BBC or something. Like, they're all, like, literally going... West Street and so on.
Still back in the Prime Minister. We don't know what West Street has done, but that is the system.
Yeah, he said there was. I'm not sure that's right. He says nothing.
Yeah, so as far as
chuckling away.
that means nobody.
Dawson will come out in a minute, all fat as well.
The Prime Minister actually formally go for it, run against the state. Just as a recap, the Prime Minister's argument over the air was that the leadership process is not interested. It doesn't matter how many MPs say they do or don't have confidence in it. 81 MPs will back rising powers. What division among those MPs?
executive, and I'll tell you how to put it back depending on what's happening tomorrow. Last night, council so might have to get together. We'll know by later. But yeah, the kit's all mainly secure.
This is a rather different situation. These cabinet want to tell us what is going on, and the Prime Minister is going on in the eyes of those commercial bodies. Well, look, some of them catch good. Which close ally me,
Have you asked the Prime Minister to step down, Minister? Should the Prime Minister resign, Anatoly? Is it over for Keir Starmer?
She's the chair of the Labour Party.
Yes, we've heard that from quite a few. We're getting on with the job. And I just want to put this in, or should I put this in? We'll go out on those.
I've been speaking to a lot of people over the course of this cabinet meeting, as everybody digests what the Prime Minister said. Supporters of West Street, opponents of West Street, people who just want to pull a pillowcase, put their head on a pillow and hope it all goes away. The whole spectrum of the Labour Party. A lot of them West Street must be the assumption of loads of people, although this is denied by Allies of West Street, is that some of the resignations yesterday as parliamentary participants, some of the emphasis given by the Prime Minister doing so because they want to we all know.
How many people have come out so far? Who has West?
I understand.
Well, yeah, well, you know, I'm not a human being.
Stand up. Does he end with diminished figures? That is actually one of the clues. I think of the Prime Minister's gambit today. And
Where's my please? Steve, Pat?
To resign, I don't know. To tell him he's sorry. I mean, we really don't know. This is a
can't hear anything.
Fascinating.
Who are the ones speaking? Steve Prince, this Pat McFadden, and who else?
In the puzzle of this day that we are trying to have the pieces on and work out what it actually means for the Labour Party, for the government of the UK.
Did you share what I said?
Councillor, I think Steve Reid was supported. I think they all supported the Prime Minister.
Well, yeah, Steve Reid was tweeting. No, I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything. Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry, I couldn't hear anything before.
This bit of the scrum, the clear indication I took from it.
Thank you.
Broadcast studios supporting the Prime Minister just yesterday morning. But Peter Hug is West Street's best friend in politics. So that is quite a significant division between the intention if you don't know what the street is. That's significant. We also have Stephen Green, close ally of the Prime Minister, posted on it.
Not like that, no.
Who else have we seen? We also got to write
I think he said, yeah, I'm pretty sure he said, we're getting on with the job. Where getting on with the job again. He did not say it.
That is interesting. Potentially, might not be that we're in the creative situation here, where we're going to Ed Miliband, the end nobody will need to be reminded, but I'm going to do it anyway, former leader of the Labour Party from 2010 to 2015, beat one anti-terror law. Ed Miliband, I mean, there's been reports in the past 3 weeks that Ed Miliband, all these elections suggested that crime was Ed Miliband is not going to get very strict here, so he would want a different outcome than he chose. The close ministerial ally this morning, just before this happened, came the first minister to resign from the government.
Yeah, and just to recap, a little bit more what Stephen was saying, as we mentioned, she said nothing has been triggered in terms of a leadership challenge. She also said it's about to go to process. Working really big issues in place.
Have you asked the Prime Minister to stand down, Lord Hermer? Should the Prime Minister resign? Is it over for Keir Starmer?
Not explicit support from the let me tell you.
It's not come out.
Sorry?
It's not come out.
Well, streeting hasn't came out. That's a noticeable one. Perhaps he's saying, please don't challenge me. You never know.
What's going to come out without that?
I'll make you Chancellor, Wes, if you don't challenge me.
Oh, they're just happy about anything.
They're not happy about anything.
Who's not happy?
Oh, because I keep hearing of those little things.
Well, they should come down here and see for themselves.
Wes Streeting, do you want to be Prime Minister? Will you challenge Keir Starmer? Wes Streeting, do you want the job or not? Are you measuring the curtains, Mr. Streeting?
Lummy hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he came out with a massive rush of them.
But I think he's going to have to do something either way. Yeah, the plan
He's going to have to win it all down to France. We need to find out cabinet. He's going to be in the press next year.
I'll still get in trouble, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Can you or Johnny go and meet him? Table chairs.
Yes, well, good morning from Downing Street, where the Cabinet have been emerging following that critical meeting we just saw, where's the street? now, all the questions now, 81 MPs. Or there could be a pause for rejecting the King's speech and the Prime Minister still in office. At the moment, simply no one knows.
That was repeated by others as well. The nonsense of concern about immigration, it's a process actually in reflection of legal and illegal immigration that's all over. So we need to less about
So she's really been front and centre of the Labour Party's attempt to deal with immigration, irregular immigration.
But I don't think he's focused on this morning. This is a man battling in the inner mechanics of the Labour Party for his own position. And it is very much an discussion playing out in the ear of hundreds of the national and international media. But this is the backing of 81 Labour MPs to take you, Keir Starmer, on for the leadership. Keir Starmer doesn't need 81 MPs. Keir Starmer, as the sitting leader of the Labour Party, is automatically on the ballot. So we could well end up with a situation here where Keir Starmer fights a leadership election among the Labour Party members against West Streeting, Angela Rayner, whoever, name it. And that's potentially fascinating because while it would be an internal Labour Party contest, it gives Keir Starmer the opportunity to make arguments in public. more generally members of the Parliamentary Labour Party might have to make. Because yesterday became today so perilous for the Prime Minister, not because of any of the people around that table,
the Cabinet to come out publicly and back the Prime Minister, and also for the Prime Minister to clearly tell his party, his Cabinet, if he wanted to.
It's Baroness Jenny Chapman.
When no one has a stop.
Member of the House of Lords, Philip.
When no one has a stop.
Is continuing for now. We're now waiting to see what the reaction will be. Coming out making supportive noises about the Prime Minister, all except for where he's treating. Will he make his move? It may be the best chance he'll ever get. Might that mean? Of course, he's the Mayor of Greater Manchester. He is the prince over the water, if you like. He is a favourite among many Labour, and he's up to be the next Prime Minister. He doesn't have to be the Prime Minister. There is a vacancy for the Prime Minister. The Cabinet meeting has just concluded. We've had a succession of Cabinet ministers, coming out and saying that the Prime Minister is showing leadership, that they are united on dealing with the challenges facing the country, and basically that it's going nowhere. That is the message that Number 10 briefed to us when the Cabinet meeting was still going on. One exception to that sort of show of solidarity was the Health Secretary West Jordan, a man who we all know as the Prime Minister. He's made no secret of that for many, many years. He came out, he said nothing. There was so much speculation that he might decide to move now. I spoke to one of his allies earlier, and they said, look, he said he will not start before it comes to him is ready to get his temple for the Prime Minister to remain. He is ready to challenge that he's not going to be honest about it. We don't honestly know.
Move over. Ollie's just spotted it.
Nobody knows what happens next. It was a government that came in on the back of Labour chaos, and they promised to end the chaos, to bring stability, and yet here we are again. And if this Prime Minister goes, we could be looking at 6 Prime Ministers in Britain in just 7 years. But no, because basically, yes, he's in the best position. Andy Burnham doesn't have a seat. That will take weeks and weeks, even if somebody stood down by election, even if it ends up changing their rules. Might be a contest that would rule him out. But there is no way.
Baroness Chapman, is the game over for this Prime Minister? Should the Prime Minister resign? Is it right that he fights on, Baroness Chapman? Will anyone challenge the Prime Minister?
So they come together with a challenge.
Prime Minister, but clearly that, according to her account, that meeting was very much focused on delivering for the election in terms of the key issues. Remember the original purpose of this cabinet meeting today was to talk about the US war with Iran and the impact of that war here in the UK in terms of security, crisis, and so on. So really interesting that she's come back to. When he became the leader of the Labour Party, the leader of the Labour Party, things that he then later abandoned, and they got elected, promising an end to chaos, promising change, who were volunteering to close, and there's no agreement on what campaigned in the elections indeed to be laying out a legislative agenda. If the Prime Minister has already said that he is going to stand down, I don't know what's going to happen in the next few hours, but it could be that people decide to hold their horses for now and we get through the King's speech, but then people move after that. It's very, very febrile for all the people having a nervous breakdown about what has happened in the elections and thinking we need to get rid of him and we need to get rid of him now. There's plenty of others who feel despairing, very sad.
No, it's just really quite slow.
Because they promised change, they promised not to be like the Conservatives. Labour find it difficult to get Prime Ministers into number 10, to get Prime Ministers elected. And of course, if they replace the Prime Minister, opposition parties will say they have no mandate. Just as happened when the Tories removed Boris Johnson, then we have Liz Truss, and Rishi Sunak, and people would say the public did not vote for this, and if they change Sir Keir Starmer, the public will not have had the chance to vote for the new leader, and that new leader could take them in a very different direction. Andy Burnham, he said, basically, don't worry too much about the bond markets. Well, the bond markets are absolutely having the heebie-jeebies. The cost of borrowing is going through the roof. It was already high. The stock market is falling. And that's one of the arguments saying that economic stability is important. Stability is important. Because if you don't have that, there is economic cost. Seeing that play out, and that's happening.
One of which might lead to him being Prime Minister, the other of which could be the end of his
and the situation is likely to get dramatically worse. It's a high stakes situation for him. It's high stakes, everything that's happening. Take this moment. Yes, that's right. Peter Kyle is an ally of Wes Streeting. At the moment, he is sounding loyal. He said we've been talking about the challenges that face the country. We know that the two of them went out to the cinema at the weekend, and I think they saw, was it The Devil Wears Prada 2? I think they did. So they were asked the other day what had been discussed, and Peter Kyle said, well, we always discuss the state of the world and the leadership, but sort of intimated that they hadn't discussed the Prime Minister specifically, owed to have been a fly on the wall.
He's doing a very good job. He's leading the cabinet this morning. He's making decisions about I very much hope not. I think that cabinet suggests that, well, Prime Minister is not really focused on the needs of this country. But you cannot stop the chaos. What went wrong? We will stop that.
Baroness Chapman is saying that they will stop the chaos. Well, that is her optimistic view, but it does feel like the chaos, frankly, is already here.
Saying anything?
I was like, since we're fine. Do you know what? Thank you. But tell me when they can't hear me.
Oli, can you turn off the volume of the mic?
Can they hear me?
Can you put the microphone?
It's Natalie.
Should the Prime Minister resign, James Murray? Is this the end of the road for Keir Starmer? Bloody hell.
Should I?
Pick up on the question that you asked at the moment. The Chief Treasury, the Chancellor's deputy, so many people who is
No, I'm speaking to Pat on my desk now, Pat the format, and I've said, do you want us to stand down?
Sorry.
And he believes that the leadership would be exactly that. And had he been in a scenario where an elector is being threatened, it seems so many times.
Alright, this guy? Alright?
Just to let you know, I'm going to have to charge my phone.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just. Through the gods.
He was one of the first ones. No, he doesn't know what he's in there.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
People shout like we're not robots. I don't have eyes at the back of my head.
Yes. Are we done here?
Stay a touch longer to be safe. I agree.
Political editor, the BBC's political editor. Thank you very much indeed. To get Chris's thoughts and analysis on what's been happening, and it certainly has been an incredibly busy few hours here in Downing Street. It's incredibly busy 30-40 minutes or so as those cabinet ministers left number 10, and as you will have seen if you've been with us, some of them spoke, others giving nothing away. Let's just take a look.
Well, the ones that came to talk to us were all very optimistic, positive about the PM. We just spoke to Baron in a chat with us, we saw her a few minutes ago. She is an uber Starmer loyalist, and she said we're getting on with working out how to deliver for what they need. And I said, you said you'd stop the chaos, and she said we will stop the chaos. We will stop the chaos. So that's from a member of the cabinet this time. Although it feels very much like the chaos is very much already here. Clearly she, and there are others in the cabinet too, feel that this is not the time to change leader, not least because Westminster is getting ready for tomorrow to lay out the government legislative agenda for the next term. But I think what happens in power will be critical. Westminster is today very, very tightly giving nothing away.
Call
the general public while he is out of the picture and doesn't have but if Westminster estimates he won't know ways to say the left-hand party will allow that, so then he might be Angela Rayner. Well, the HMRC is still investigating her over her tax. She said yesterday that it was a mistake not Prime Minister should set out a timetable and go. He apparently doesn't do a top job. But again, people are not just going to sit aside and let West Streeting want into Downing Street. But of course, we are getting politically ahead of that. Currently, Prime Minister has nothing going triggered the words of another Minister Keir Starmer who came out and stated no leadership challenge has been triggered. Well, joining me now is Professor John Tom, Professor of Politics at the University of Liverpool. Thank you very much, John.
joining us here on BBC News. I think we need to sort of all take a collective breath and reflect on what's been happening here over the last few hours. Just give us your initial thoughts. On the culture chat as well, you should do.
That's all of them, right? Oh, I think so. I think it's, which wins are with partners,
You need sound. Yeah, you do need sound of this.
Yeah.
Really, you really.
I'm not good for much. I think it's just like a call. We need to have a course that
I know we are matching. I got ready this morning last night. This is one. You okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You too. You're sorry? Oh, where is that? Yorkshire tea, I like.
Yeah, the battle analogy is a vivid one.
Yes.
Yeah, around 80 MPs are calling for the Prime Minister to go. But I think it's important to reflect that it doesn't mean that Julian's writing about would coalesce around this meeting as a potential challenge or I've got to find out. I'm working 9 days straight.
Yeah. They do a dance as well. They normally do, don't they?
Would you like
Hello? Yes. The black mark. Oh, got it. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and then we ran that in, well, it's in already. It's clear.
Yes, sir. Pass me that bottle of tea there. Yeah.
John, we're very nearly out of time. Briefly, how damaging is this for Labour ahead of the King's speech tomorrow when it sets out its parliamentary programme for the year? Okay.
John, thank you very much. Professor John Tongue from the University of Liverpool there with his thoughts on, well,
I mean, yeah, we
very fast-moving few hours here in Downing Street. The cabinet meeting is over. Some ministers are coming in.
Lucia saying there was a lot of cars inside.
Pues they left already. The cars are there, just that one is there, but it just...
Okay, so yeah, we sort of knew that there isn't any more. Obviously, Downing Street's full press because they're going to do all of their, lives and all of that from today's events. But there will be 4 ministers.
4 minute break. I'll get it.
Okay, no, it's very good.
Right, 6 and 10 are definitely down here. Sophie at 6, Fiona at 10.
I just want to make a couple of observations. First of all, I'm working on this place.
Yeah.
4 o'clock for the last 2 days. I am
We're going to need both.
I'm not supposed to. I had presented.
So, this is
So I did it.
Brilliant. Okay. 12 to 10. So, yes. Oh, I do not have let me just check. Sorry. Just hearing about legislation.
Johnny shouldn't say that.
I'll also give them a wave in the gallery, see if anyone can tell me. Hello gallery. We've got audio queuing. I know you won't. Yeah, can anyone just talk me through what the running order is, just immediately after the headlines?
It's an interesting day. Yeah, we did. All of the Preston and Steve Reed.
Here it is. I've got it.
Kyle came across, Kendall came across as well. 5 or 6 hours. One or two sort of got read. Very unusual because basically, I haven't done it.
It's coming in at 12.
This part I've done it about 2 years. I've done it longer, but a lot of the experienced journalists really ever do that.
You're right. Business reaction, yeah. Market reaction, yeah, it does. I don't see. Oh yeah, I can see the John Healy post on X.
It's not kind of stopped. So, well, the prime sector is right. That's the issue.
I'm just really upset that nothing.
Those are the rules?
Yeah, no, I don't think, it doesn't feel like it's quite the right moment for it.
No.
Yeah.
Someone
But I got
that's the thing. This is Prime Minister. Powerful majority. So it's not easy to just
Sorry, just fixing my mic, which is just popped off. I think I've got it. Is that sounding okay? Is that all right? Just reposition the mic. Happy with time? Great, thank you.
That's a huge Is it better than the Sorry.
Really? Yeah, as soon as you get the shot, it's quality. I mean, oh, I think 10 seconds.
Yeah, not everyone's doing that.
I just wanted to say this because I just feel that none of this is my fault and I'm really doing my best as I Yeah, I'll also the team. Like, someone really needs to tell me what the team is going to say. I had no idea. They literally said a line that was really happening. things like Rio,
What I wonder though is why is that even in the screen on daylight there? Because it's just it's like giving people. Well, it might be capital because they use the some people they'll do 2+2. But notice it's been a beautiful day in Downing Street today, and the weather's quite nice. It's been a little bit cold, but it's been actually quite pleasant.
I wouldn't find it today.
No, I've had to put gloves on and jumper and alternate. Yeah, that's the only thing is because buildings are so high, you just don't get the real. Yeah. Right, I better carry on. Anyway, nice to talk to you, sir. Nice to talk to you. Well, you should have had someone brought that. Before the events of the last week or so was to talk about the war with Iran. That was indeed discussed. One of the key arguments the Prime Minister of the state is that with the war with Iran, with the war in Ukraine, continuing other global challenges, a change in leadership Right, we say she's got plenty of fun. There's some guy yelling. No, that was me. I was I do accept it. It's alright, he does a sterling job with the yelling. I wonder why I get no, you wasn't brilliant. Shout at people like that, moving forward. Mind you, I'm and obviously business, the markets are always certainly a different day. So we're going to give tackles all of this question about how many stock markets are maybe now producing this is Ramzan Kamali. Ramzan, good to have you with us again. Just give us a sense of that market reaction to this couple of things. Number one, this is Tim. Just in what are this bit? And then Lewis. I'm actually in. If you were here on time. Next one, it might be next one over. If you were here on time. It's next one over. Get out, I'm just waiting. Just going to dump myself. How are you? It's standing out there for a while. It's much colder. Arab sun. We said an Arab sun. Sahara and dust, actually. Next time you get sun, Hi, Mark, you alright? No, I just basically said that if they have some members, I just said what's the just empty? So basically, we did actually solve what two sort of possibly three. We only need one or two more. And you just start with in the
It's really important to understand how this process officially works and then how it might unfold. So the official Labour Party instructions say that in order to trigger the leadership contest, you need 81 MPs, that's 20% of the parliamentary Labour Party, to rally behind one candidate, one alternative to the front. That hasn't happened. Exactly the same. You have all 80 MPs saying they want to go, we should set a timetable is applied, but they haven't coalesced around one alternative, which is why we're in this slightly strange position where you've got all of this pressure from some parts of the Labour backbenches, and it's important to note there are more than 200 Labour MPs in total. Some don't want to contest, some think the Prime Minister should say, some think this is all kind of self-inflicted wounds. But you can clearly see there's a lot of unrest, but they haven't reached that threshold yet to come out with kind of one possible alternative. The other thing that could happen in this situation is that the pressure from within the government becomes too much, because if the Prime Minister
But if it's more,
I'll get a podium out. Which is why it is so interesting. They can say that, they will believe that, they hope that is the truth. There are some in the party that think that is absolutely the right approach, but they can't ignore everything.
For us, right? What I was going to tell you, can I come back to Paddington to get ready for tomorrow, like all of the stuff? Because we need like quite a lot. It's going to be like the program.
Yeah, it feels like a very fast-moving situation at the moment. I've just been over in the Houses of Parliament trying to chat with MPs to get a sense of how they're feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've heard this argument from some now, including the Defence Secretary John Healey, who's just put out this message on social media, effectively saying there's a lot of global instability.
But I need to take something to come in the street. Or
we don't need to kind of calm down and crack on. There are other institutions who are saying, look, this is unacceptable. You know, you've got so many people who've publicly gone over the top and expressed that they don't think that the Prime Minister is the right guy for the job. That we are now in a period of instability, whichever way you cut it. So, you know, we might as well crack on and try and get some sort of resolution to this. It it still feels like things are
Okay, cool.
quickly. But what has been interesting this morning is the very first thing.
Do you have another or not?
Whilst the cabinet meeting, what's going to happen?
But no, because Mark told me that he was gonna. I can stay there because Mark told me he was gonna bring me because he's coming tomorrow. Or I do that alone and he comes here. I don't mind any of them, so send me. No, but I mean, he's coming with me tomorrow.
We're going to a short break back here.
It should be fine if he has me tomorrow, but if you prefer me to stay here, I don't mind. Okay, so I stay here or no?
Okay. And then picking up with Alex off the back.
Okay. Yeah, because Oli's gonna finish quite soon, right?
Hey,
Oli might finish like relatively soon. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I will get everything ready for tomorrow.
Yes, please.
Okay. Nice. Okay, thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Okay. That sounds good. Yep, absolutely.
There wasn't a big rather than that speech. I think that's going back to what you just said about the administration.
Sorry, you're watching BBC News. Welcome back to Downing Street. I'm Nicola McVeigh, where over the last few hours we have been looking at cabinet ministers arrived at Downing Street for crucial meeting with the Prime Minister.